The journey of awakening is deeply personal, moving us from separative ego to realizing our divine wholeness. Though unique for each soul, wisdom traditions describe a progression through stages of consciousness. Understanding this terrain provides valuable perspective on where we are and how to skillfully continue. In this video, we'll explore the 5 primary phases of awakening. Drawing from mystical sources, teachers, and research, we'll bring these concepts to life. You'll learn the shape of each stage, the practical steps to progress, and the transcendent realization awaiting you. While the path holds mystery, comprehending the overall map allows you to navigate confidently. Meeting each stage's challenges with courage and care creates space for profound liberation. Here unfolds the flowering of human potential. The eternal current of awakening resides within. Our journey begins. In this first phase, we are totally absorbed in the ego mind and material existence. We believe fulfillment comes by gaining possessions, experiences, status, and validation. Our days chase desires rather than tuning into a higher purpose. This exhausting race is powered by core egoic needs for control, significance, and approval. We barely notice the vast sacred presence underneath this noisy surface drama. The ego projects past feelings into an imagined future, creating constant discontent. By fighting unavoidable situations, we become fractured and conflicted within. Lost in stories and judgments, we miss the luminous screen of the present moment. Our innate, joyful serenity remains obscured. Initially, we are trapped in the matrix of collective illusion about who we are, constructed by society and culture. This narrow identity seems paltry compared to the unknown depths within. To maintain this limited self-concept, the ego constantly judges, strategizes, criticizes, and controls outwardly. We fruitlessly micromanage each moment, trying to avoid discomfort, which only causes more suffering. Various coping mechanisms help the ego maintain dominance, like people-pleasing, addictions, busyness, and perfectionism. We give away power over our happiness and spiritual sovereignty. Until reclaimed, our true authority lies dormant. Neurologically, the habitual self exhibits a brain dominated by the default mode network, associated with repetitive thinking and self-focused rumination. We lack full presence as the autobiographical self monopolizes mental resources. However, mindfulness meditation decreases default mode activity, enabling more conscious functioning. We suffer less from distorted ego projections. We must question the ego's limiting stories and definitions to progress beyond this stage. Disidentifying from obsessive thoughts and emotions supports waking up from the thinking trance. Time in nature and mindfulness also disrupt the ego's conditioning. This makes space for our true nature to reveal itself in simple moments. Philosophies of non-violence, impermanence, and interconnectedness also soften egoic hardness. As the heart opens, we move into consciously seeking truth. If you are tired of living at this stage, then like this video and subscribe to our channel to help you ascend to higher stages. It helps us out too. Now, let's move on to stage number 2. Here we sense a vital dimension missing from our materialistic existence. A longing emerges to live our unique, higher purpose. We realize worldly pursuits like money, romance, and fame cannot satisfy the soul's longing. This crucially important shift questions the absolute truth of egoic values assimilated from society. Spiritual curiosity displaces certainty about material goals. We may dabble in techniques and modalities which fail to produce real transformation. Using spirituality to bolster a righteous, superior ego identity only wears a new mask. Progress requires brutal self-honesty and humility. The seeking self signifies consciousness moving toward light, yet spiritual ambition can distract from presence. We risk becoming lost in idealizing gurus and collecting mystical experiences and beliefs. But acquired knowledge is not the direct experience which transforms. It helps to choose a proven tradition emphasizing directly realizing the truth, like mindfulness or Zen. Avoid any group encouraging fanaticism or relinquishing common sense. Community nurtures, but inner work is our own. No one can fast-track your development. Neurologically, the salience network activates, filtering for meaningful information. We glimpse reality is infinitely richer than imagined. But old thought patterns still dominate. We must diligently cultivate higher human potentials like wisdom, compassion, and openness while dismantling prejudice and dogma. Retreating into silence through meditation creates space for inner wisdom to unfold organically. As false identities dissolve, we courageously confront all that we are, readying for awakening. These signs arrive spontaneously or through spiritual practice. Suddenly, perception floods with luminosity, bliss, and coming home. However, they quickly fade as we struggle to regain access. Sustained practice reveals life as a miraculous light-filled dream. In these moments, the illusion of separation dissolves as we experience everything as one energy. This bombshell escapes intellectual grasp, but our deepest intuition affirms its truth. When stabilized, this realization of boundless belonging dispels loneliness. No longer needing identity or fulfillment, we relax into being. Existence now seems a playful mirage, within yet not confined by. We perceive reality as consciousness dancing in myriad forms. Adjusting to this radical shift from apartness to oneness is profoundly destabilizing psychologically as we relearn non-attached functioning. Initially, awakening shows synchronized EEG patterns across brain regions. The previously dominant default mode quiets as present moment sensory processing is enhanced. Studies show meditators generate prominent gamma waves indicating expanded perception, cognition, and compassion. However, fleeting glimpses are insufficient. We must cultivate humility, devotion, and determination for final liberation. Integrating non-dual realization into daily living requires ruthless honesty. We vigilantly confront every lingering ego shadow until our vision clears. No part of ourselves can be excluded. If you've decided already to confront this ego shadow of yours, make sure to comment below why it's important for you. Entering the fourth stage signals the beginning of the final push toward full enlightenment. Our eternal nature is always free, yet clarity comes and goes. We ride waves of ego dissolution and then periodically re-identify with small self. We feel tossed between divinity and delusion. This confusing cycle results from ignorance still lurking untransformed. Profound spiritual openings are eventually met with equally profound descents. During clarity, we access enhanced creativity, vision, and passion for service. These capabilities then dim as ego reasserts through fear, desire, and judgment. This teaching of detachment is precious. Things come and go, but our essence remains untouched. By mindfully grieving life's losses rather than resisting its ebb and flow, equanimity strengthens. Readiness for the ego's demise quickens liberation. However, carelessness now could forfeit all previous gains. Clarity succumbs again to ancient reflexive patterns. Sustained intensive practice is essential. Anything less guarantees inadequate results. The brain mirrors this cycling between ego and oneness in shifting EEG coherence patterns. Meditation induces temporary, highly synchronized awareness, then default mode chatter creeps back in. Through dedicated training, we can increasingly disempower the neural circuitry of greed, negativity, and obsession. The radiance of unified consciousness emerges. To navigate these profound swings, we must embrace each phase fully yet lightly. In peak experiences, we maintain humility, discipline, and gratitude. In confused moments, we renew compassion for the shared fallible human condition. By wholeheartedly meeting the purity of now, victory draws nigh. We come now to the final stage, where all sense of division collapses. The ego shadow fully integrates into our unified wholeness. We abide as pure non-dual awareness, our invulnerable essence preceding thought and circumstance. No separation exists between spirit and matter, sacred and mundane. Existence becomes a living reality rather than a mere concept. As egoic identity falls away, we embody the Taoist principle of knowing ourselves rather than knowing others. We are the space in which experience happens. Accepting what is replaces trying to manipulate each situation. Habits of judgment, control, and selfishness dissolve entirely. Neurologically, permanent enlightenment shows as highly synchronized EEG activity brain-wide. Dreamlike theta waves indicating awakened awareness predominate whether actively engaged or at rest. Long-term meditators exhibit uniquely integrated gamma and theta patterns, optimizing higher cognition alongside inner stillness. If you've been meditating for a long time but still haven't gotten to this stage, subscribe to us so we can help guide you. It helps us out as well. But even still, full awakening is not the transcendence of this world, depending on how you look at it. We retain precious human capacities for creativity, passion, and humor without clinging to them. Our natural state is joy, gratitude, and service. Every breath becomes a blessing to share compassion and wisdom. The process of awakening guides us home to the unborn and undying nature within all beings. While the path brings waves of clarity and confusion, sincere efforts are supported by grace. There are no failures, only more opportunities to meet each moment with a loving presence. Mastery of this journey requires total commitment to each stage as it unfolds. We welcome all experiences with equanimity, fueling our longing for freedom. By letting go of all that separates us, we uncover the indestructible truth of our connectedness to all life. Awakening is the pinnacle of human potential. May we realize it and assist others in doing so with wisdom, courage, and compassion. The sacred light of consciousness awaits within you, now and always. The stages of awakening outline a profound transformation from limited ego identity to realizing our boundless nature. While the journey is unique for each soul, comprehending the overall terrain provides valuable perspective and direction. We must meet each phase on its terms, neither grasping at peak experiences nor rejecting difficult passages. By embracing all with equanimity, we create space for awakening to unfold in its own time. Patience, perseverance, and sincerity are key. There is no substitute for putting in the work, whether through meditation, self-inquiry, or other practices. Supportive communities nurture our continued unfolding. As we courageously explore both light and shadow within ourselves, rigidity softens into liberating wisdom. We uncover the freedom, love, and inner peace that is our birthright. When ready, we are called to share our gifts to serve the collective awakening of humanity. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to transmit compassion and illumination. We assist others in waking up from the illusion of separation. Ultimately, spiritual awakening is not about grasping special experiences or states. It is relaxing into the peace of who we already are, an open awareness that remains untouched by changing circumstances. We simply rest in our natural condition. The invitation is to walk your unique path with mindfulness and courage. There are no wrong turns, only the continual opening and deepening of your mind. Wherever you find yourself now is a perfect place to start anew. Let's travel lightly together into life's glorious mysteries.